Yes, ma'am.
Can I just ask, what actual evidence do you have as opposed to allegations to show to the American public that would merit an actual impeachment inquiry of Joe Biden and prove that today isn't just about some of you...
Oh, I don't know.
McCarthy for the sake of enacting political revenge.
This isn't about political revenge. We have the bank accounts. We can see, ma'am, you can see that the homes that the Bidens own can't be afforded on a congressional or Senate salary. You also understand that it's not normal for family members to receive millions of dollars from overseas interests. Those things aren't normal. That's not normal to have 20 shell companies. These things are not normal, and it alludes to not only just widespread corruption, but money laundering, if not influence peddling itself. And we also have the president, the vice president at the time, on record saying that the prosecutor was fired. Well, son of a bitch, the prosecutor was fired, right? Because the prosecutor was going after the company that his son was working on. That's what we have. If you can't see that, if you are that blind, look, I'll turn it over to the attorneys.
People can't see that. They think it's political revenge.
It's because you don't report on it.
You're not, I don't think, reporting on it today.
I'm not sure how you know what the American people think, but here's what they might want.
Woo! Oh, man, I want that Congressman Scott Perry energy all day long. Welcome back to the show. Dana Loesch here, bottom of this second hour. Man, he unloaded, and rightfully so. He's like, what do you mean? Y'all haven't been reporting on it. Oh, I will say, you know how they've been reporting on it? Hold on, let me pull this up. I got some headlines. This is how they've been reporting on it. They act like it's can you believe? Oh, so ignorant. They act like it's so, here it is. I actually included some of it in your prep. They're apoplectic over it. White House slams impeachment inquiry as evidence-free goose chase. The AP, no, there's no evidence. The no evidence headline, no evidence. They say, they said, so many of these different headlines where they act like it's a witch hunt, going after the president's son. I mean, there's a lot of those. Targeting the president's family. Oh, his baby infant son Hunter. His infant baby. Baby son Hunter. What do you mean there's no evidence? You people high? You getting to his stash? Like, what do you mean there's no evidence? You mean all the emails and the texts and everything else? The money? I mean, there's legit money. They're checks that have been cashed, folks. Oh, it's totally normal to create, just a different name and all these other weird emails and engage in talks about the weather, surreptitiously, because talking about the weather is so sensitive. Sure, we'll buy that. No, we won't. So dumb. Nobody's buying it. No, it's and it's now that they're into it, and they're doing it all by the book, and Democrats can't complain. You can't call it a witch hunt. What y'all did was witch hunts. This isn't a witch hunt. Oh, no. Now you guys see why. Get mad at McCarthy. There's things that you can criticize him on. But Republicans making sure that this goes by the book is not one of them. Because now what? Look at it. Democrats can't say that they're just doing this all mean without any evidence. Because guess what? You had to have evidence to open up the inquiry officially. Aw. Goodness. Can you believe it? So now, because it's all official, all these other whistleblowers potentially that are out there, they've got protection to come out with this official inquiry ongoing. So, see, they did it right. They had evidence. They went through. They made their case. Now they've opened an official inquiry, and it goes forward from here. And if Democrats in the Senate, because just more of this stuff is going to come out, and if more whistleblowers come out, Katie brought the door. Boy, that makes it real hard for Democrats if the Senate at that point decides not to prosecute it, especially if they turn over the recommendation that, wow, here's all this crazy amount of evidence and all these whistleblowers that you should. Boy, how do you think that's going to play out with an American public that's already been surveyed 6 ways to Sunday by everybody, right, left, and center, and they come back with the same results? The overwhelming, over 60% of Americans think that something shady was going on, that he's involved in that he's corrupt, and that they're involved in some very financially beneficial shenanigans. Well, that's going to hurt Democrats going into an election year. Wow, it looks like this was played really well, huh? FAFO, as they say. So, just saying. I think that there's no, at this point, they got to do it. And for them to sit here, and I'm not going to get excited over the gun charge either. I mean, that's the only thing that they can't get Biden on. So that's why they're pursuing this. They can't get POTUS on this one. So that's why they're pursuing this. Also, this works out in favor of the Biden opponents within the Democrat Party. This actually works out in their favor because this just gives them more rhetorical ammunition to swap him out. But they don't really want Kamala either because she's, you would have to have, and this is why I think what Newsom's doing, somebody in the background running a shadow campaign the whole dang time. Who would be his number 2, though? I'm going to speculate for a hot second. Because nobody cares about Kamala. There's nobody loyal there. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to be like, she has to be involved. Nobody cares. Who would be his number 2? Klobuchar? No, but think of it. I mean, you could only take from an office that you could secure again. You could only take from an area that you could get a reliable Dem. Or Whitmer. I mean, you'd have 2 governors. Whitmer could be easily replaced with another Democrat. They could look at it like that. I mean, that's really it. They don't really have anybody else in the bench. Nobody else that I could see reaching. What, Buttigieg? That would be just an anchor. Can you imagine? Golly. It would be like it's Dumb and Dumber. That's too easy. That's too easy to make fun of that with merchandising and all that. There's no way. But I'm just saying keep an eye on that. All right, a couple of other things I want to make sure that. One other thing on the impeachment. I'm sure y'all saw this. The Biden White House is sending letters to the CNN, New York Times, and other outlets demanding them to investigate the lies behind the Republican plans to impeach the president. Oh, but what about the free press? Where's the weeping and gnashing of the teeth? Where are the Jim Acostas? Where are you all at? Talking about the sanctity of the free press. Oh, my word, must have my smelling salts. Where are those people at? Remember? Every single time. You would have if Trump looked remotely aggressively in the general direction of anyone associated with media. Oh my gosh, it's an attack on the press. It's an attack on the free press. Oh, that's all you heard. But now, he's sending this. I just find this very interesting. He's sending these letters. They say it's time for the media to ramp up. According to Ian Sams, the special assistant to the president, senior advisor, he wrote this letter. He says it's, quote, time for the media to ramp up its scrutiny of House Republicans for opening an impeachment inquiry based on lies. If they're not based on lies. If they were based on lies, then, why did you try to hide all of that? They're based on the stuff that you have. What are you talking about? This is all public stuff. There are receipts, dude. It's not our fault that your guys are so damn dumb. It's not our fault. So they want the media to serve as they want the media to be, they act like the media is their lapdog. So they want them to attack everybody else for pointing this out. Biden lied repeatedly about his involvement in all these foreign business dealings. You know why this is important? What were we just talking about with the gas index and inflation and all this other stuff a little bit earlier? What were we just talking about with lithium and with China and rare earth metals and the Green New Agenda? Hell, under this administration, if we keep going down this path, we'll be more reliant upon China than we ever would be upon the Saudis for energy. And who benefited from that accommodation? This family. They make Clinton's brother look like he's all class. I never thought I'd see the day. Bill Clinton's Bill Clinton's brother. They make him seem like, he's a damn Vanderbilt. This family gets in there. What can we march out, Dad? I don't know, Hunter. That's what they're like. Democrats make so much fun of flyover. Man, you all don't get to say another damn thing with that family in the White House. No, I don't think so. They said that even a trusted FBI informant has an alleged bribe to the family. Everybody. They got, I mean, and the White House is defensive. They put this memo out. They want the media to look at this. The White House is in damage control. You got Dan Goldman. He was giving an interview. Notice how all these Democrats are all changing their language. This is they had it in there. He was saying that he went from saying that there's no evidence to there's no direct evidence. That's the line that they're all using. Oh, there's no direct evidence. There's no direct evidence. Oh, there's no direct evidence. Direct evidence. Direct evidence. That they keep saying it over and over again. Audio soundbite 4. Listen to Ian Sams. This is this dude. Listen to this cat. The defense. Check it.
Well, again, I think this is part of the right wing's misinformation machine to try to confuse people about what the truth is. The truth is that the president, as he has said publicly for years, calls his family every day to check in. He calls his son every day to check in. He calls his other family members to check in to see how they're doing. He loves them. They're a tight-knit family. And what the GOP's own witness testified in this case is that that's exactly what the president was doing. He was checking in with Hunter during a particularly hard time.
He looks like Elmer Fudd without the hat. Doesn't he? This dude looks like Elmer Fudd with glasses and no hat. Oh, man. Oh, he just loves his son. The reason I was involved in all these businesses is because I just love my boy. I just love my crack-adding son. If you know where that one quote came from, you're a Heathers fan. That's what this is. That's what he's doing. Yes, I mean, I totally got involved in illegal activities because I love my child. That's it. That's why he buys them all these hookers. Because he loves his son. I mean, he wants him to be able to have his hookers. I mean, what parent wouldn't? And the reason that he makes sure he has money for the crack, because he loves his son, Jake. He loves his son. It's a little hookers and blow. Come on. Who doesn't love their son? Some might call that enabling. Oh my gosh. Some might say that's kind of enabling. Nobody believes that. Remember the stuff that they came out with Junior? They literally made up a story about him being at some meeting. And he wasn't even there. He didn't even have a meeting. Can you imagine? Well, Trump loves his son. Can you imagine if they'd have come out and said that? Oh my word. Yeah, we don't believe that. I mean, I'm sure he loves his son, but I also think it's kind of weird that his son doesn't seem like he loves him. Pedo Pete? What's that, Ian? What does Pedo Pete mean? Why did Ashley Biden write, was I molested? Verbatim, literally, in her own handwriting, in her diary, talking about showers with President McUnity, her daddy. I'm just wondering. Look, don't get mad at me. I'm just sharing with you what she wrote in the diary that they said wasn't hers, and then they started raiding people's houses so that they could take. It's not her diary. FBI! Breaks down the door. Takes diary. Activate BS.